Welcome in, chat. We got Tadpole Jackson, Iterator, Thumb Palette, Sarcastic Grandpa, Dark Mockery, Dusty Hobbies, Paint Liquor. What's up, Mo? Even Chris. There it is. Mo, I knew you had it in you, buddy.
Hello.
I appreciate you. How's everybody doing? Jason is getting that kill team done. It's looking good, Jason.
Why, thank you.
Q. Cannibal, you getting excited for Nova? Who else is going to Nova?
I'm going.
Dr. Gaming Miniatures, I'm great. First time chat, welcome in.
I'm going to Nova.
It's going to be fun. Sarcastic Grandpa, 1 year. There it is. I need more sounds for the 1 year. That's huge. Big stuff.
Very quiet.
You're focused. You're laser focused on getting these guys done.
I've been painting for an hour and a half.
You have. I'm glad you used your break.
So, I got started before stream.
Cannibal says, I'm excited to show off some of my stuff in person and have a vacation where I go get to paint as much as I want. I accept not to place in Capital Palette.
What?
Not with that energy, Cannibal. You do some
What?
great stuff, so
I was going to say, you
don't talk
churn
about
out
my
some
friend
really
that
great
way.
painting. Don't be surprised.
That Chai Cat. Bud's going to be at Nova. Bud. Can't wait to see you.
Well, stop by.
Better
Better bring Kevin Bacon or I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, you got to bring Kevin Bacon. That's our only request, is that you bring Kevin Bacon. If you brought Kevin Bacon to Nova, I don't know what we'd do with ourselves. My first question would be, so in the Invisible Man, that role, I think it was called the Invisible Man, the one where he's the scientist that takes that invisibility serum.
I think it would be the Invisible Man.
I
That
think
sounds
that's
like
what
what you
it's
just
called.
described.
Well, that's what he was. I don't know if that was the title of the movie or not. I believe it was the title. Hollow Man. Panic Bomb, that's what it was. I freaking love that movie.
It makes him go kind of crazy.
Yeah. Cannibal says, I think I have too many good enough spots on my minis where they look great unless they're all specifically being scrutinized. Hey, that's okay. Jason submitting his piece. Essentially, he's going and his piece is going to be Art Deco, where he paints his body, and he'll be his own submission for the Capital Palette.
Interesting.
And he'll go under the bust category.
Interesting.
You like that?
Yeah.
What happens when somebody does that for real? Just saying.
Interesting. I didn't know that was my plan, so I don't know that I am prepared for this, but it's a very
But
interesting concept.
You like that idea, huh? What if I'm the model?
Like is a strong word here. I'm not sure I like it. I just said it was interesting.
Tech Elf says only 7 minis got broken in the move.
Oh, wow.
Heck
How many? Out of 7? Because then that's a shame. Out of hundreds? Then that's awesome.
Out of 10. No, I'm kidding. What's that actor's name? Kevin Bacon.
I am trying hard here. I'm cramming for the exam, chat. That's what I'm doing. I am cramming for the exam.
Now, so for all of you who didn't see him do it on camera, that's red earth, right? Our red earth texture. And what did you dry brush that with? Because I actually really like that combo.
I used dark orange brown first. I did red earth, and then did I? Yeah, it was just the red earth. And then I painted all of the rocks and stuff with black brown, right? So, they're tactical rocks.
Yeah.
Got painted with black brown. So red earth on black brown,
Uh-huh.
and then I took the dark orange brown and I painted on the rocks over the black brown and on the red earth. So I brought the orange brown, tied it all together. I had this big dark brown rock.
Yeah.
And then I had red earth texture, so it was really horrible looking. So you take the dark orange brown and you paint the rocks, very, very wet and with just chunky brush strokes. No dry brush, just slop it on.
Yeah.
Almost like a wash, but it's not a wash. And then it got a coloring that made the two of them kind of fold into one another. And then I dry brushed warm flesh over the top of that. And that's where we're at. And so you see how it makes the tactical rock kind of scatter out into the surrounding earth. It makes it feel like it's supposed to be there as opposed to being... like a crazy something or other.
I would love to see how you approach painting tufts at some point, because you always talk about that, right? And you don't use a lot of tufts, but I want to see how you paint your tufts.
Yeah.
Because I did that on my last ones. I'm like, wonder how Jason would do this.
What would Jason do?
Looking great, Jason says Rattlecan.
Thank you.
No free pub for Jason.
Wait a minute.
No free pub. No, none of that.
No free pub for me.
They'll look great when they're done.
Oh, here we go. They'll look great when they're stomping on your midgets.
Oh my goodness. Who's to say we're gonna fight each other?
Oh, I'm gonna pull some strings.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Blake that, hey, I have to fight Chris's halflings with my bugs.
Well, if it's any, maybe it might actually be better because our armies are not so great. Maybe
that's what people say, but I don't
know.
I
dude.
say an army's only as good as its general.
That's right. Okay. What you just said is how I play every game.
Yep.
In my life.
Every game.
Right? It might be a little, it might be an old jalopy you're driving around on the battlefield, but if you're a professional race car driver, do the math.
Yeah.
Paul says, what's the best video or series to watch or to relearn or improve on the basics and blending? Try to improve by struggling. Paul, let me introduce you.
I feel like a video that just got released yesterday will be your biggest help.
Also, our stream.
Timing is everything.
We did release a video yesterday. Check that out. I can also send you the link. It's really good. It's a simple video, but it will teach you the ways of the Force. That's all I can say.
Already getting a bunch of very positive comments with people being like, oh, dang.
TCG player says, can you tell me if you have an airbrush paint or primer that can be used in the airbrush?
All of our paints can be used in the airbrush. You'll see me airbrushing with every color we have all the time. We definitely do have an airbrush primer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Our 120-ounce black, white, and gray primers, along with we've got black, brown, and camo green as well. And those are all airbrush. You can use them on the brush, but they aren't fantastic that way. They're meant for airbrush.
Q says, I used the Rattlecam black primer for the first time today. I usually use an airbrush. This stuff has some bite. Can't wait to paint on it tomorrow. It's good stuff.
Really, really good.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how good it is. I will airbrush primer every once in a while, but I almost prefer myself the can, because I just like it. It's easy and it's really good. Hands down the best black primer for models, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it lets you get a lot of stuff done really quick, which has its value for sure.
Yeah.
I'm still a big airbrush primer just because most of what I do is here on the stream.
But hey,
Chris primes a bunch of my models and they're all done in the Rattlecan stuff, and I never skip a beat with it. It's awesome. Freaking bugs.
This Lion says, I need to paint some Ideneth Deepkin sharks, and that video released is going to help me try and tackle that great white shark scheme. Ooh.
Awesome.
That actually would be a cool... That would actually... Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Now I'm thinking about literally you could do it all in a Jaws theme.
Oh, yeah. Gray to white kind of thing.
Yeah. Get rid of the turtle and make them ride it. Go find like a model of a great white, some toy.
Well, they have half of them are on those sharky looking things, aren't they? The little cavalry bows.
They're so cool. My original Gargan's holding one of those. Lumberjack says, I overcooked my steak while getting ready to head to this paint sesh tonight, but ramen is perfect. Hey, and that's on, did you do that on a grill? I need to clarify for you, Tim. Was that on a grill?
Did you use your grill for that, Tim?
What kind of grill did you use?
You have to ask him, did you use your grill
Did you use the grill?
Okay, I'm glad I can teach you these things, Chris.
Grill.
Now you're funny. Before you were just, I don't know what you were doing.
Oh, on the stove. That's okay. Lumberjack, I'm sure it came out overcooked. Sorry. That's a bummer. I feel your pain. What? You can't get rid of the big turtle. Get rid of it, Panic Bomb. That's what I do to my models. I buy the model to only use a portion of the model.
He really does.
Which my biggest example of that is Kragnose. That's a project I should re-pick up, actually.
No.
Repainting my gits?
No.
What do you mean,
volleyball
no?
Kragnose should
It's
never.
regulation size soccer ball.
It's holy. It's holy badness.
It's the little arms that get me, though.
It's horrible.
I got a lot of big models, chat.
Has he told you about what he did to Kragnose, chat?
We
He
don't-
took Kragnose.
Oh, God.
And all he did was take his little arms and glue them to a soccer ball.
No, it's literally a 3D print of a moon.
It's a soccer ball.
It's
It's a big sphere, and it's basically a soccer ball. We're not lying.
it's the size of one.
And he made it like Wilson from freaking that Tom Hanks or
Castaway
movie. It's insane. So it's this big soccer ball with Kragnose's little bitty arms,
Because-
like T-Rex arms on it now.
My army is in the light of the bad moon.
Here we go.
That's the whole theme. It's a
Here
theme.
we go.
I can't just have Kragnose
Here we go, chat.
normally. Jack says, okay, so I tried the spray primer, and I have to say, it's actually pretty awesome. I'll try it in the rain this weekend. I'll record it for you. Also, when does that purple come out? Question mark.
That purple. It's being made. We think we should be out maybe into this month.
And to
Red
reiterate,
oxide, dark purple, and whatever we call the beige.
airbrush. No, I think it's faded taupe or something.
Oh, it's taupe.
Taupe.
I think it's taupe.
And this is airbrush. That's not rattle can. These are airbrush ones, which are going to be great. Carlos, what's the best model or bust y'all painted?
What's the best?
Like, as
How do you mean
in-
best?
Yeah, the
What,
model
we had the most
itself.
fun painting? That's a very tough question. I've been painting for over 45 years.
But what's
So-
one of them?
Huh?
But what's the one?
What's the one model?
What's that one?
In the millions I painted.
What's
in
the
40
one that got away?
I have no idea. I don't, it's funny. I get asked this question all the time, and I don't think in those terms. And it's not trying to shirk the answer or whatever. It's just, I just don't think like that. I'm like, I don't have like a model I can remember being my favorite.
While Jason's thinking of that,
I go back to like Percival was great.
He was cool.
Just because we had so much fun,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun overall. So it's kind of neat.
I liked painting my Legions Imperialis War Master Titan.
Okay, yeah.
It's
a neat, fun model.
Because I didn't think I would, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. And the current project I'm currently working on is probably up there.
Warlord.
Is probably one of the funnest things I've ever painted.
Cool, yeah. The scale tends to really get you when you get into those things. So
Having a big brush is awesome. Painting everything. TGC player, what do y'all recommend for beginner airbrush?
equipment wise, is that what we're asking?
A starter airbrush.
This is always a tough question because there's two routes you can go. If you know you are going to invest in airbrushing for a long time, then I say get the one that you can afford with your budget, right? And go for a good one, an Iwata, Grex, something like that is going to give you years of use, and you're buying quality. If you're into it, you've seen it, you're bought into the hobby, you know you're going to commit, then buy something that is worth owning for a long time, right? That's just the easy way to put that. If you do not know if you're going to enjoy airbrushing and you just want to try it, then the Masters or the Harbor Freight airbrushes, the cheapo, right, can do you really well to learn with. They are not very good machines, so they are not going to be great for all learning, like detail painting and things like that. There are great artists out there that can use those brushes to do amazing things. They're great artists. They've been painting and have failed more times than we've tried with an airbrush, right? So the cheaper it is, the lower quality the parts are going to be, no matter what anybody tells you. There's no magic that can happen there. There's a slew of Chinese manufacturers who are now, due to the world economy, starting to sell the brushes they make for people like Iwata and stuff. You'll see those brushes now being sold on their own with their own branding. So there is a chance to get some better brushes at a lower price, right? But I would say, go ahead and buy from the brands that know customer service and know how to take care of you and all that. The Iwatas, the Harder and Steenbecks, the Grexes of the world.
Harder and Steenbeck Ultra is pretty good.
Yeah.
It says real.
Yep.
Realize. Yep.
Yep.
A lot of those.
There's a lot of good ones out there. I would stay away from the no-name brands. Cheap, unless, like I said, you just want to get in, test the waters, then buy something inexpensive. I would say you're probably always good buying a fairly decent compressor. Get yourself a compressor with an air tank, always. And even the cheaper ones of those will tend to last you long enough to get really good use out of them, even if you swap the airbrush out. So if you buy like one of the Masters kits, something like that, then you can still wind up getting a lot of really good use out of the compressor long after the brush dies on you.
Derpstick just got done building a Space Wolves for the August mini month challenge. Gray blue seems like the obvious choice for 40k baby blue wolves, but what would be a good shadow color for it? Payne's gray, dark purple.
Sure.
Would white blue be as good as the highlights for the edges?
Sure. All of the above. All of the above.
Hoosier, my 11-year-old painted today. Proud dad. Hey,
Fantastic.
Thank you for that sub. 20 months.
Fantastic. Zoom in real close.
Sure.
It's funny how going so fast, but the stone actually turns out pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just, this is just the fact that I used a crappy dry brush and I just smacked paint all over them. So it wasn't any rhyme or reason to it, but they actually turned out pretty good.
They turned out great.
I just didn't, after I put the red earth on there,
great.
I was like, I like the red earth against the blue, but I don't like the idea of it being so stark red against the gray stone that I had in mind.
Oh, look at this.
Then I changed and didn't do gray stone.
Realize. Thank you for those gifted subs.
Was that?
You're the best. Realize. Yeah, realize. I love that name.
You.
We appreciate those. Hugs and hands. For realize. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boop. All right, let's go to this question here. What color do you think I should paint my TS eyes, and what color in the range do you recommend using? TS eyes. What's TS?
Thousand Suns?
Thousand Suns? I bet you, because George, I think you were talking about that the other day, so I think it's 1,000 Suns. So maybe talking about lenses. Heck, doing that green of what Jason has on here would be kind of cool.
I think I'm always a fan of greens, oranges, yellows, depending on the color of the armor. I think on Thousand Suns, if you're doing a blue kind of turquoisey or blue to sky blue scheme, I know we talked about that yesterday with somebody, that works really well. The green plays in well with that. Orange would work too. I'm always looking to go to a color that is different enough from the armor and different enough from if you have like plasma weapons. So if you have an idea if any of your guys have plasma or weapons that have a glow to them, I would go with a color that isn't that glow color. Let the eye lenses stand on their own. Think about it that way.
Alex Panda says, wow, some Vespids. That's awesome. I have a question. If I wanted to paint these Vespids using the orange and red colors from the original Kill Team scheme, what paints would you recommend? The orange and red. Oh, okay. I know that scheme.
Yeah, they're primarily orange. So just like orange. I think orange and warm yellow are probably really, really good ways to do that. I would probably start the base layer with something like burnt sienna or burnt orange. So you get a really good deep shadow to it. And then, orange oxide works really well, but they're kind of like more of an orange, like just a sunfire orange kind of color, right?
Yeah.
And our regular orange would be the way I would go.
George's,
and then warm yellow for highlights and the yellow bits on them. I'm not looking at the picture right now, so I can't remember exactly how they've got them colored, but I think those would work you really well.
Is that magnesium?
Yeah, this is magnesium.
George is saying, what is a good group of greens to use?
For the eyes?
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about, George.
Well, I like bright yellow green.
Yep.
You'll find me use bright yellow green. The other day we did just hit the beginnings of the eye lenses on our Terminator, and I used the fluorescent green that I will go back and then do some white transparent and then bright yellow green or transparent yellow or fluorescent yellow in there too. So yellows and greens, but for me, I like it the yellow just does the green yellower rather than it turning it yellow. Like this guy, I think. Like all my blood angels are kind of that way. Pop in close on that. So it's just a yellowish green, greenish yellow.
I like that.
Kind of a color. It works pretty well. This is almost too close to the gold now that I've warmed the gold up on them. But then also stuff like this worked really well. Again, this was just fluorescent green.
It's so bright. Yeah.
Right, so this is fluorescent green and titanium white. You just put the titanium white in there. Then I do a little bit of a dark wash, like a black wash, that gives me a little bit of shading around the eye shape. And then the fluorescent green. It just gives it a nice bright glow. I was thinking like firefly glow on these guys, so being bright was cool.
Mog Hole says, hey guys, just got my first delivery in the EU.
Awesome.
Love the brushes, the texture trainers, and of course, the paint. Got one of those cups too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed your experience dealing with Mally and Allie over there. They're currently out on vacation.
But they'll be back.
They'll be back.
Speaking of a nice bright glow, welcome in, Chris. You brighten up the stream. Oh, and that's coming from Little Billy. So there's a level of sarcasm there.
That's called a lie, Chris. We call those lies.
Don't accidentally drink the paint water. I've almost done that. Yes, I have too. Almost done it.
I don't understand that. I've never almost picked up my paint water. Not in over 45 years of painting.
I did when I had a cup of coffee near it. That was a mug.
Yeah, I guess there's a case where I don't drink anything out of a mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just never seen that.
Call me. Moldzen says, is there a limit to how long you should paint with a single brush without cleaning it properly, like you would do at the end of the session?
I mean, you'll know, right? A lot of it depends on what viscosity you're painting with, like how thick is the paint. You might do a technique where you're painting with very thick paint to do texture or, base terrain or something like that, right? You've got a lot of color on your brush, and so you're feeding a lot of color into the bristles. That's going to need to be cleaned quicker than if you're painting very thin and glazing a lot. When you're glazing, you are working with very thin paint that while it runs up into the ferrule, it doesn't collect in the bristles very badly. And every time you go rinse your paint or your brush out to put more paint in, you're basically cleaning the brush entirely. So depends on how you're painting, right? I would say that really at the end of every session, you should clean your brush. Outside of that, not really necessary.
Jason, how often do you paint? How often do you paint? A lot. How often do you clean your brushes?
I clean my brushes after every session. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Got a frog in your throat?
Yeah.
I am literally the brush cleaning master. I do not ever let my brushes get dirty. If you see me with a dirty brush, it's because Chris came in here and did some shenanigans and made my brushes dirty again, because he's like that. He trolls me all the time.
No, I don't do that. Ryan says, just saw the video uploaded yesterday about layering, and that was insane. Do you have any advice for color recipe for Black Templars with that style/technique?
I really like Black Templars. Could start with the same Payne's Gray that I did there, and then work through black and gray. You have to be careful with the black because it's going to be darker than the Payne's Gray. So you might mix black and Payne's Gray and then go to Payne's Gray. We have a really neat video on painting black armor that Chris can link you.
Yep. That
I would say take a look at that and see if those colors work.
Oh, I'll link it all right.
A lot of, blue, purple, things like that make a great base for black so that it doesn't feel so neutral and in the gray realm. If you just paint with blacks, as we all know, it just feels kind of dead. Doesn't have a lot of pizzazz to it, if you will.
Paul says, are the Dauntless brushes the best to just use for base coating and save the pro brushes to detail work?
I like doing that, yeah. I've been painting with the Dauntless for over a year now exclusively. Yeah. So every model you see me paint, these included, are all done just with the Dauntless. I very rarely have another brush on my desk. It's mainly because we've been going through all the testing and doing all the work on them before release. But yeah, I really like them. The Pro Series brushes will last you longer, but that's really where the differences lie. They were made to be something you could really beat on and not feel bad because you didn't spend a fortune per brush. So when because brushes are disposable things. So when you go to throw them away or cut them down to use them for dry brushes or whatever, stippling brushes, texture brushes, you don't feel bad about it. And then use the Pro Series brushes for your brushes that you want to make sure keep a good point and that you're doing your detail work on. I think that's a great way to do it.
Any advice for painting a dark miniature like Xenomorph?
Yeah, I mean, same as black armor, right? You need to put some color in it. It can't just be black. And so when painting black, adding color along the way and having it remain the darkest color on the model will still make it read as black. This is the model in question that we were talking about, or one of the ones that I do, where I feel like, you get a good blackish armor, but the only black that's on there is a black wash over the top of the Payne's Gray, right? And white blue. So it's basically painted with more blues and then a black wash over the end that grays them all down and makes the darkness feel more like black, but there's a dark purple underneath it, I think. Yeah, you can see the dark purple in the shadows, right? So that's kind of my shtick for that. It gives you more color, gives you a lot more life to what would otherwise be a very dull color. We've got Space Marines that I do the same on, right? So again, black armor, this is using a more reddish. You can see the dark plum shadow there. So it's got a warmer shadow color. And then the Payne's Gray, bluish, to make the black not be just black. But it still reads as black or very dark metal because it's the darkest color on the model. So you're fooling the eye. It's the same way we say paint white without using white. Then there's this guy, which is also a video over on YouTube, where we painted him in blacks and grays. And then we use the transparent paints over the top. Zoom in close on this guy. Mm-hmm. We use the transparent paints, transparent blue mixed with transparent black, and airbrush it back over the top. You could brush it too. I just airbrush it. So you see how you get a little bit of a bluish, grayish tone to the highlights? Yeah. That's that little bit of transparent blue mixed with the transparent black, and then put over the top of all of the sketching that I did with just black and gray. So imagine painting the model in black and white and then just filtering a little bit of color over the top to give it a little shine of blue, which makes it have a little bit more life. And then I added a little bit of red with transparent black in the shadows, so it has a little bit warmer shadow too. So just some fun stuff that you can do that keeps black interesting. Otherwise, black as a color is like, it's not interesting at all. You can put shine to it, but it just feels gray. It feels lifeless, is the way I say it.
Fire Manager says, will varnish seal stickers to models? Has anybody tried using stickers on their models for anything? Stickers?
Will varnish seal stickers to models? Yeah. I mean, it will, but the sticker can still be peeled off if you grab the edge and lift it. it doesn't soak in and make them part of the model, but it will put a top coat on them that will help hold them in place if that's what you're trying to do. Like if you varnish over your decals on a model, it helps to make sure that they don't ever lift. But you could still like pick the edge of it because you're going to pick through the paint. Anytime there's a level change in paint, like even at the microscopic level of the height or depth or thickness of the sticker, you want to call it, has a little shelf at the edge, and you can still pick that with your finger and pull it up off. You'll pull the varnish off, and you have a risk at that point of tearing the varnish and the paint around it. So if you've ever like masked off an area that you painted, and then you pull the tape, and the tape lifts the edge of the paint off, it could do that kind of stuff. But I would have to understand what your goal is. Like, what are you trying to make sure you do or don't do? Yeah, paper stickers might dissolve or start getting crappy underneath the varnish too. A more realistic, grimdark feel of painting. That's my only concern with not starting with the black base. I mean, you answer the question yourself, right? It doesn't get any more grimdark than this. Pop in close. Right? I mean, that's
grim dark. That's dark and grim.
And there's only the black wash over the top of the armor again, right? This is just Payne's gray, the dark plum, and the red in the shadows, and then the Payne's gray into the white blue, or in this case maybe bright neutral gray, and then some black wash over the top to darken it up when I get it all done. But yeah, it's like the silver trim on the shoulders is the same way the armor looked before the black wash. So I think, yeah, I think, and I start with a black base. I start everything with black primer, but then I might put like a coat of dark plum and Payne's gray, and then I rely on that black wash at the end to bring it all back down to a darker black.
Painting Bite says, "Hey guys, I'm sorry to bombard with questions. No, that's why we're here right now, but is there anybody available for a voice chat? Because I'm trying to buy airbrush supplies. As a new airbrusher, I'm overwhelmed with what I need." What do you think,
Join
Jason?
our Discord.
Yeah.
There's always people over in the Discord that you can have a conversation, post links to them, have them look at it with you, give you ideas, 100%.
Yeah.
Go over to the Discord.
Definitely. There you go.
Time for steel. Steel.
Oh, I have it very punched in. How you feeling about these Vespids, Jason?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I mean,
what was that?
I mean,
no.
I mean,
none of that.
I mean,
what do you mean?
I mean, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Chat, I don't know what to do.
Nor should you, Chris. Nor should you.
Real Lies says, any new products on the way? ?
Tons. Got some really neat stuff we're working on right now. Some of it highly secretive.
We're working on a new line of body pillows.
Oh, that's also true.
That are 6 feet by 2 feet. So big bottles, essentially, for your whole body.
We are.
There'll be pretty fun.
We got a lot of stuff.
That's
working
false.
On. I don't know about the body pillow thing, but the yeah, we got some really cool new additions to the texture trainer line. I think I mentioned them earlier this week or last.
Yeah,
where we're doing some work. We've got Adrian Smith doing art for us. He's doing a trio of really cool models with us. Those are about to go to Sculpt, and some other amazing artists that did some character design references with me. I was able to I got to be art director. I got to direct what I was looking for, give back of napkin renditions to some really amazing artists, and we've got some really, really amazing texture trainers coming out of it that have a nice twist to them that I think you'll appreciate, as far as how and what we're doing with the whole texture trainer line. So some fun stuff coming up there that I think you're going to love to paint. As far as paint colors, I've got the primers coming out, right? The new primers. We've got 6 more of the expert acrylics coming out. We'll have 6 more colors for the expert acrylics, and then that line is pretty much done with me for now. And then some really top secret stuff planned for the beginning of the year.
Top secret.
Top secret.
Secret. Interesting. Let's see. Q says, I'm painting a ton of metal doors for Nemesis. I plan on dry
the
brushing.
alien thing, right? Yeah.
I plan on dry brushing metallics, but was curious what you'd recommend the color to put underneath them. I was thinking Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray with dark silver dry brush.
Oh my gosh, so good.
And then some steel or some silver light over that. That's how I do all that.
You can see how I'm doing right now with the magnesium with the steel over it is really great too if you want it to be a little dirtier. If you want it to feel, like that very clean sci-fi alien invading what would otherwise have been a really nice ship, then, you can use the Payne's Gray or something like that underneath. If you want it to feel a little bit more gritty, like the original Alien movie, then the magnesium under it, I think it looks really good. Pop in close and I'll show you. Right, because you've got like this.
Ooh.
Right, you've got that real dirty steel feeling to it because that magnesium has a really nice, oily, yellowish, bronzy color to it. And then you put the steel on top. Wow. That's where that goes. I'm amazed I have not broken any of these guys.
They're very flyy.
Well, they have wings.
They fly. They fly out of your hands.
They fly right out of your hand.
They literally are flying out of your hands.
Just wait. Just
You
wait
mean
till
just
tonight
wait?
when they eat a bunch of hobbits.
No, we're not. We can't fight each other, Jason.
Why?
We can't.
What, the way you treat me every day?
It's not good for our friendship.
What friendship?
Wow.
This is like Tom and Jerry, dude. You never really know. You never really know, Chris.
Wow. Who's Tom and who's Jerry? And who's Jerry and who's Tom? The name of our two-man play.
Who's
Who-
Jerry and who's Tom? Tom to my Jerry.
Wow. David Mamet's gonna write it for us. It's gonna be
Who the hell
great.
is David Mamet?
he's a playwright
Oh, great.
who writes very good scripts. Top secret stuff, that's right. Iterator says, I was told at Gen Con the Wizard's Butt shirts may or may not be a thing, but Shelby's reaction leaned towards yes.
We have some really cool shirt ideas coming out, so there'll be some fun apparel. I never think about that as being like, big product news, but we are going to do some fun apparel coming up. I think you guys will love that if you're into nerd shirts.
Nerd shirts. Derpsic says, that discussion about painting black with blues got me thinking of using satin black as the base and dark blue as the highlights for the carapace on some Tyranids. Would that look good? I think for the skin, green, brown, or the base would be for the highlights. What do you think of the good combos of colors? I like all of those colors, so I can't think you could go wrong, Derpstick. I think that's the moral of the story.
The moral of the story.
Every time I see somebody come up with a cool combo in chat where they're like, hey, do you think this combo with this one would be this and be this? I'm like, heck yeah, dude.
You got to be careful when doing black as a base and highlighting with blue. It tends to look a little bit like a pinstripe suit, right?
Pinstripe suit.
That's why so my whole method of painting black was born out of that painting method, which was the old like GW way to paint black Templars and stuff.
Okay.
You would paint them black, and then you would take a blackish blue and highlight them with that, and then a little bit brighter gray blue kind of a color, and do the edges. And the problem is it looks like a pinstripe suit or Tron or something like that because the colors don't blend. They don't look natural together. Yes, you have blues and black, so it makes sense. But the method you do it is what makes all the difference. And that's why I say, yes, you can do that. Start with black, then work through your blues, and then put a thin black wash back over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So that you pull those blues down even grayer and make them feel like it's just a hint of blue to black rather than blue over the top of black. Because blue over the top of black doesn't make any sense. That's not how it works.
I see. Now, what color are you going to paint these base rims, Jason?
I'm going to do the same green workup that we did before.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to shorten it by cutting some colors out, though.
What colors you cutting?
All the green ones.
Oh. The 7-line. Doom mini game partnered with Monument Hobbies when?
What's this?
No. When are we partnering with a Doom mini game? Is that what you're saying,
Doom?
Lion? Doom.
Like Doom? Like id?
Doom. Yeah. Been watching id Software dev streams lately, and you guys have all the same vibes.
The guy, believe it or not, I worked with a couple of the guys from id.
Id, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you told me about this.
They went off and started like John and I'm going to forget a bunch of names now, and that's really bad. But they went off and started Ion Storm with Eidos. And it was a big debacle. Like there's videos on the internet about how bad that went, but and how much money they blew. Those like John Romero and those guys, I don't think are still with id. I could be wrong, but
yeah,
I don't think they are.
I haven't played the new Doom game. It looks kind of cool.
I have Doom Eternal, but I haven't spent a lot of time with it.
Yeah, I heard that was good, and then this new one I heard was a lot slower, but
the Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah, it's slower but more thematic.
That I haven't paid any attention to at all.
I like watching those commercials because they do the trailers well. I like how they do their trailers. Really give that Doom vibe. Jason, what are you doing now?
I'm gonna make a wash, Chris.
You're gonna make a wash?
I'm gonna make a wash.
Jason, on a high level. Never mind. That's okay. I was just about to ask you if you could show us how to make your own wash.
I'm gonna right now.
Show
Orange
us how to
oxide. Bagow. Oh,
Okay.
You know what? No. Even better, green oxide. Because I have orange bases, I don't want to make them rusty. I want to make them verdigreed.
Okay.
Pizzow. See, you got to think. You got to think about your colors. I already have orange earth on the base, red earth, whatever. So if I do rust, it's just going to look like the dirt from the earth coming up. It's not going to read as rust. So if I do verdigris, even if the metal I'm painting is steel and it wouldn't verdigris, who cares? Okay. We're doing it for science. So I'm going to put some paint in the cup. And then, as you guys know, this is the hardest part of anything I ever show you, and I apologize because it's hard to keep up here because it's very, very scientific.
Well,
is glaze and wash medium.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a miracle. Change your life. And you need a very specific amount, or you might open up a rift to alternate dimensions. So the amount for that much paint, you need exactly that much. And then to a lesser extent, you're going to want some water, but I don't really ever pay attention to how much goes in there. It's kind of like a skosh.
A scoobly?
A squeege.
A squashy?
A
and that's how you make your own wash, I guess. Here I was trying to get something out of that. What's the moral of the story?
That now we've made a wash. Ta-da! He gets the best content and treats it like it's nothing. He demeans me. He demeans me.
This is so false, it's not even funny.
I have given him the world. He gives me coal. Coal in my stocking. See?
Literally false.
Look at that. Look how see-through that is. Nice. Nice opacity.
Literally false. Or what medium is it what I use in general? Is that medium what I use to make paint flow from my airbrush? Or what medium should I use?
Yeah, it also acts as a flow improver. I would suggest that if you're doing a ton of airbrushing, you probably want to get your own flow improver that is just an airbrush flow improver, Liquitex or something like that. We don't make a specific flow improver. The glazed wash medium is kind of a more expensive way to do that because it does a lot more than just flow improving.
Kyle Kinghorn.
Never heard of him.
Chris is Judas. Wow. That's offensive.
We just said that last week.
What?
That's twice.
That's literally the opposite of what I do.
That's twice.
I literally am like, Mr. Jason, can you show us how to do the thing? And then he goes, do-do-do-do-do-do. No.
Fair.
I did. I will. And I did. And I shall.
Fair.
I just want it in a very pinpointed form of content.
Fair.
Yes, Pro Acryl is what PA stands for there, Painty Bites. PA, Pro Acryl, Mr. President. Vertigree, more like Vertimo.
What? What?
Vertigree, more like Vertino. Verta.
Yeah. Yeah, let's stick to that one.
I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, thank you so much for those bits, AVN. Love your face. Take your bits. I will take those bits, AVN. Thank you for those bits.
He's like, take these bits and shut
All those
up,
bits
Chris.
go directly to my pocket, by the way. Directly to my pocket.
Shut up. That's why we never get paid from Twitch.
Nope. Go straight to me. Hey, Swifty Bear, thank you for that sub. Speaking of getting to my pocket. Love that. No. I cannot confirm nor deny that I've accounted for all of Monument's stream since day one. Ha, ha, ha. I've never done that.
Literally just streaking payments.
Spare Monk says,
Want to pop in close?
Yeah,
I'm literally just streaking the
I'll
wash
pop
up and
in,
down the
Jason.
metallic so it can give it kind of a cool verdigreed look.
Focus.
It's
You want me to
just
pop in for you?
a little bit of a
You want me to really pop in?
little
I'll pop in.
bit of work there while Chris is off doing whatever Chris's do.
Spare Monk says, the new layering video was excellent. I find that I'm struggling with knowing where to layer up on different shapes of models. Do you have any advice on how to read a model?
Great question.
How to read a model.
Great question. The first thing is, and it sounds like you're probably already thinking in this term, is that you want to break the model down into its component parts so that you're not looking at it as painting this bug, right? You're looking at it as, the various shapes that make up, like, this antenna, the gun, right? It's a bunch of rectangles, cubes, pyramids, spheres, cylinders, things like that. And so understanding how all of those shapes reflect light is the first thing. Now, I'm saying this with a model that I've done just about 90% dry brush on. So, but it's up to your recognition of those shapes as they form the whole, and then looking at them and painting them almost individually. Now, I say that reluctantly because if you paint like just the head and don't pay attention to how it interacts with the rest of the model, then you can get some weird workings later on. The composition might look kind of funky. So you don't ever want to paint anything in a vacuum without paying attention to the rest of how it will look. But in general, you're painting these as individual things. And get used to the way the shapes. Go online on Google and Google reference images of metal. I say this all the time: metal sphere, metal cube, metal pyramid, that kind of stuff. And you'll get really good things like steel ball bearings and stuff like that will give you good references on how those shapes reflect light. Now, you're not going to always be painting something metal, so realize that the light will dull down if you're painting fabric and things like that, but it'll give you the idea. Think in terms of, like, if you go and take a drawing class at a university, first thing they're going to have you do, or one of the first things they're going to have you do, is do, like, charcoal sketches of, an apple in a basket kind of a thing. And the reason for that is that it gets you used to light and shape and volume and value and all those things we talk about all the time.
Dripstick says, gotta mention your metallic medium is awesome. I made a metallic mix of ultramarine, blue, and green. Did I make cyan or turquoise?
Yes.
Used it to paint the pistols of the Dark Eldar. That's cool. Our metallic medium is pretty cool.
It's great.
And no, I'm not riding a horse. Yes, Bushman, we're doing some Vespids today. Jason wanted to switch it up. Isn't that right, Jason?
Well, you made fun of me yesterday
I didn't make fun
and
of
said
you.
that I need to have my damn stuff completed. That's how you talk to me.
No.
And so what I did is
set
said,
the record
yes,
straight.
Daddy,
Okay.
I will do my damn Vespids then. I will have my keel team done. You know what
My keel team.
You know what he said
My
afterwards when I was telling people how mean he treats me
This
here around
is
the
false.
office? Is Gabe was like, is this true, Christopher? And Christopher goes, no, not at all. I just know that we committed to bringing painted models to an event that somebody is spending hard time, their hard-won time on to help us. And I felt like, somebody ought to, show up having lived up to the expectations. And I was just like, all right, you freak.
Hey, now, here's the deal. I didn't say that at all.
Gabe!
First of all. Second of
He's
all.
lying again.
Okay. I didn't say that.
You did.
I said that typically when we commit to things out there in the world, that we show up 100%. And as a team,
Notice how I used my finger to kind of splotch the color there?
we
So
show
we
up
don't
100%.
have to listen to Chris.
Oh, it's okay. We put paint on the model. That's right. What are you going to do with this little guy?
Obviously not paint him.
Jason, you can paint him?
No, he's a stealth drone.
Okay. That's no.
I mean, he is.
I see what you're doing there. You should paint him. How to paint a model invisible.
Very stealthy.
You should just paint him more with satin black.
Very stealthy.
That's silly. Okay, now here's a really good question, right? How would you paint something that's stealth?
I just showed you.
Paint him to look like the environment. That's what I was saying, Cannibal. It's technically there's paint on that model. Cannibal says Bob Ross stealth drone win. That's awesome. Hey, I'm just saying. Monument Phillip says my whole kill team is a stealth army by that logic. Philip.
Do they even have primer on them?
Philip, there's nothing on yours. Yours are just toys at this point.
Do you have primer on them?
Philip,
No.
go get them Zenithal primed. Use some Color Forge.
We have amazing tools.
Hyrix Brown with those would be amazing.
We have amazing tools in this office, Phil. You may know this.
Philip says, they'll be primed by the time I get to the shop tonight. That's Philip's voice.
You know, that's actually pretty close to Phil.
That's Philip's. I don't know why he sound like Andy Rooney. Oh my gosh. I just sliced your car's tires.
Yeah,
No!
sliced your car's tires.
Zenithal Prime, dip in transparent brown, and you have a
that's so
kick-ass
good.
paint job. That actually sounds pretty
That
good.
is so good. I just slashed your tires. Without any, he must have been out the door ready with the knife before we even said anything.
Seriously, where did you find
Phil's
that
on
knife
it,
so
man.
fast?
Phil is on it.
Slashed.
Phil
I can
is
imagine Philip
on
just
it.
ripping his headset off and just running out the door.
That's it. Screw these guys.
Cannibal's got a good Zenithal Prime and dip in transparent brown. And you have a kick-ass paint job. That actually would probably work really well for your base, Philip. I've been waiting for the excuse. I've been waiting for the excuse.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Philip, just a
Very,
reminder.
very thin layer of bone over the
Oh.
top of the skull. Just kind of stippling it on there, letting it be very irregular in its application. If you use the paint very wet, obviously it gives kind of a watercolor application on there that'll give me, a better texture and allow me to paint very fast because I don't really care.
Jason, you care.
Well, I mean, you can only care so much, right? We've talked about it since the
That's
beginning of these models, is that
100%.
you have to determine when you start painting how much you care about what you're about to do.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that I don't care about all my models, but I was very adamant when I first started these that the only reason I'm painting these is so that I can go hang out with my buddy Blake and play some kill team with you guys.
That's right.
There is no other reason to be painting these guys.
That's-
I am not going to become like a kill team aficionado. I do not think.
I don't know. Never say never.
Yeah, I never say never. It could wind up being the literal best game in the history of games, and then I eat crow. But as it looks right now, I'm thinking, not.
I think it'll be a fun time and a fun night.
Oh, we're going to have a great time.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time.
That's what it's all about. Oh, there's a little skull right there.
I didn't notice it until I was
now.
painting. Until I was too far along. I was like, oh, look at that. I think that's a skull. Because why wouldn't it be? Also, by painting light, very, very thin and loose over the top of stuff, you get more of a gradient initially. And it can really help with, like I already have the black-brown that I painted on the skull, and then all the other colors that got kind of lapped up on it as I was dry brushing. So it already has a lot of color on it. And then by painting thin, it allows all those colors to kind of see through. Think of it in terms of like glazing haphazardly. So that I'm using bone, it's going to move the color to where I want it, but it's also going to allow all these other colors to show through, like the color of the earth tone that's on there, and so on and so forth. So it's going to make this skull more interesting than it has any right to be with the amount of time I'm going to spend on it, which is virtually nothing.
Good job, Jason.
Wow, Chris, thanks.
I'm just encouraging you.
Wow, Chris,
I mean,
thanks.
That's literal encouragement, right?
Wow, Chris.
I think you're doing a great job, man.
Wow, Chris.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Hey, chat.
Yeah.
You're not chat. You're Chris. Don't try to answer in place of chat.
Well, let me answer. Yeah.
Chat, do you think Chris is nice to me?
Well, maybe on occasion, but I think 99% of the time, yeah. Oh, interesting comment from chat.
It's not chat.
Cannibal says yes. Nibling says yes. So
Just
Mo says 100% yes.
what?
Dusty Hobby says he's a good,
These are all
friendly
no's.
person who is
He
amazing.
said no. He said he's a mini
Dusty.
goo goo gaga baby.
Dusty Hobbies, what a good compliment. Chris is the best person in the world. Quote,
Chad, I love you
Dusty
more and more every
Hobbies.
day. Chris, Chris is over here obfuscating the truth.
Q, does the Titanic float? At one point it did. Panic Bomb says, we see Chris's tyranny. Thank God we have it. Thank you, Panic Bomb.
Wait, what?
Grit says, wow, Chris, thanks. You're welcome. And that's a quote. And
Wait a minute.
Kyle Kinghord says, heck yeah, brother.
He said nope. He said, come
the...
and see the violence in the system, right?
Little Billy says, I wish I was Chris in IRL.
Yesterday struck a chord with me because at one point in the stream, we got to a position where everybody in chat knew that what was happening here was like elder abuse. That there's going to be, and Chris even said he'd be the one to film it, but there was going to be a documentary that came out one time.
How do you know I've not already worked on?
That was all about this poor soul, this poor painting Mr. Rogers, who's all about supporting the community and give. And I never even care about what I receive. But Chris takes advantage of it, treats me so poorly.
This is false. Right? This is all
so
false.
Poorly.
I'll change the diapers, okay? Let's go.
Little Billy says, I don't even have to say anything. Your pedigree speaks for itself. TK says, who's Jason? Whoa.
Hey, hold there. I
gotta drink more vodka.
Who's to say I
Picked
haven't
a bad
already
day to stop sniffing glue.
Who's to say I haven't already started this documentary? I've known you for a long time, and I've had a camera most of that time.
Ivory.
Right? I have proof, chat. I have footage from years ago now.
Of what? How mean you've been?
Yes. I've had footage of you.
Me?
Yeah.
Being treated poorly?
No, just proof is in the documentary.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's going to be a good documentary, not the one that slanders or shows you the real truth, you know?
What real truth?
Just
it better show the real truth, which is the one where you're like,
it'll show the real truth, all right.
Am I the bad guy all along?
I could make some shorts, man, of the times where I asked Jason to repeat a line and I'm still rolling, and he'll just go, no, I hate you, Chris. Oh, I can show you some proof.
there's never really the I hate you part.
Oh,
The rest of it, I do say no.
I don't
quite a
know. I think I got.
bit. It's me
I
acting
think-
out against the way I'm treated.
I think I could post a video right.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this one of
right
those
now.
Chris edits?
I think
One
I
of
could
those super
post
edits
one
where you've like
right now of the slander that I have to take. Chat, don't turn on me. I have the proof. Welcome in, everybody. It is 3:01
Here we
p.m.
go. Here's nice, Chris.
Monument Standard Time. Let's get this back on the rails. This is a painting stream. We're painting some Vespids today. All your comments, everybody, I forgive you.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no. Name of the documentary, Chris the Hero, written directly and edited by Chris. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Chris the Hero.
Chris the Hero. A documentary about treating poor Jason poorly.
Let's see what Philip says. You know what? I regret everything poorly I've said about Chris. You're the best, man. Love you. Oh, thanks, Phil. That's not what Philip said.
That's not what Philip
that's okay.
said.
Christopher can eat shorts for all I care.
Is that what he said?
No, I
Eat.
told you what he really said.
Eat shorts. Chris, eat shorts.
That's right. You guys play nice, or I'll call Jen. Thank you, Tech Elf. I'll get
Jen is probably laughing.
I'll get
right now.
HR in here.
Jen is
Except
probably laughing.
Ellie
right now.
might come and convince me
Hey,
that.
Chris, could you zoom in a little bit so people aren't looking at it like it's a mile away?
I don't
Can we
think
do
so.
that?
With that attitude,
Can we do that maybe?
can you send her up for me?
Can we do that?
There you go.
Not that close.
No, we're in. Ready? Something. That's actually really dope. Okay. You got to admit, that's pretty fun. Look at that, chat. Painting up little skulls. Look at those doots and deets. I would like everybody to realize how freaking small that is right now. Only the best quality for you, chat. Yeah. Chat, run. Chris is being nice. Yeah. Find shelter.
I mean, eye of the beholder.
Eye of the beholder.
They only see you for 2 hours a day.
Jason, you're going to have to send her up for me, man.
You're going to need to back out. Jeez.
Can you send her up for me?
No.
Ooh, that's pretty. I do like painting with bone. That's one of my favorite colors. You see how I try to get it back into serious mode, business time? It's a good color. Love that color.
I don't listen to him, chat.
Eye of the beholder. Thank you, that Chai Cat. Thank you.
Our wash turned out really good.
It did. Bud says, if only I could stay in the lines as well as Jason did.
You can. It ain't that hard.
As everybody simultaneously threw up their hands. Oh, come on, man. You make it look so easy.
I think I got all the skulls.
Are you sure? I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun today. And by fun, I mean I'm dying inside. Welcome in, everybody. Ooh, brown wash.
Brown gray wash.
No, that was a brown
gray.
Jason, it's called brown gray wash.
Oh,
just from our amp line. Brown gray wash.
What did I say, Chris?
Actually quoted, you said, Chris, you're the best person out there. Doodly doodly doo. That's what you said.
I quit.
Kyle Sparks, Chris, how you doing? Thanks for asking. I'm dead inside. Watt says, you and me both.
Okay, that was grade A, Chris. That was
Kyle
grade A.
Sparks says, we
How
like
you
to
doing,
be
Chris?
mean.
I'm dead inside.
We like to be mean, but I ask for real. Hey, Kyle Sparks. Like I said, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words are the ones that really affect me at night and that keep me up.
Yep, 100%.
No, I, for real, chat. Let me be real with you right now. I love you guys so much. And I wouldn't be the young man I am today if it wasn't for you. You know? Kyle Sparks, I do appreciate you asking that for real. And I'm doing excellent, exceptional. Glad to be alive. Living the dream. Every day is a good day when you're alive and breathing and fortunate to work at an amazing company. That ain't no bull. Speaking of bull,
Welcome, everybody.
we're so glad you're here. We're painting up some Vespids today, but I mean chat, we the people will put paint on the model. And we will put paint on the model with Jason every single day from 2 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which I mean Monument Standard Time.
He gets paid for this.
Yeah. Kyle Sparks, you get a sushi point for caring. There you go. Agrippa, you're definitely fired, Agrippa. You have created a storm in which you don't know what's coming.
Agrippa, oh my gosh.
Little
The
Billy's
amount
deputy.
of tension in the office today due to you is pretty intense.
Well. I knew they'd crawl out of their holes one day. And you did.
It's so good.
Oh.
Jen was laughing.
I
Jen
know
was
what
like, this
you
is
did.
great, but I don't know what Chris is going to think.
Hellfire, wrath, retribution.
I went a little heavy on this guy.
You know that
this guy's
scene-
like a burned skull. So
You know that scene in Indiana Jones when they open the Ark of the Covenant? Yeah. Get ready for that.
oh, where the faces melt off and stuff? Interesting. Is that going to happen to me or just Agrippa?
I don't know. Time will tell.
Oh.
Did you cause chaos, Agrippa? No, you didn't cause any chaos.
Oh,
You
yeah, you
just
did.
caused focus, I would say.
So one of the greatest things about our washes is that they blend so well with our paint. So right now I've gone back with the black gray wash and mixed it in with the bone because I went a little heavy with the wash on this skull.
Yeah.
So I can go back and mix the wash in with the bone, and it does kind of reverse. It's almost like doing a light colored blended wash on there. So now I get back to where I wanted to be. Feels more like the other ones.
Agrippa, you wrote a review, I believe. And I finally saw it.
I think you wrote it like 4 times.
I think so. I'm glad Jason's painting today.
Why?
I don't know. Just cool, you know. Can
Yeah,
you
do this
read
every
the
day.
review on stream? No. I won't be doing that.
Oh, we should.
I'll be doing something
It's
else.
So good.
The people are curious. Go look at our products. And by the way, pick yourself up some Pro Acryl while you're at it.
It's so good.
I love that our product reviews have now become my reviews. Which,
It started out, the products are 13 out of 10, so let's get that out of the way. Now that we've said that, he says, then he's like, let's talk about Chris. I was like, whoa, wait, what?
yeah. What is a review but a backward survey? Wow, Northrex, that is some deep stuff. Thank you. What is a review but a backward survey? That's okay. I'm sorry. Agrippa says I stand by my 13 out of 10 review of the
I
products.
do too. I approve everything that you did. Especially the part with Chris out in the parking lot. Like sweeping the parking lot. We're going to implement that, Agrippa. We listen to our customers.
I would actually do that because I do take pride in that.
Chris is a cleaner. He would actually clean the parking lot, which is why we can't let him do that.
We could at least do a nice deep clean. You know? I'll clean the street just for you, Agrippa.
Okay, skulls.
That was a nice skull workup.
Skulls!
You could use that for any skull, like tactical skull. That's what I'm calling that now, the tactical skull.
Tactical skull, yeah. Yeah.
I like to add some of that stuff.
Yeah, sure. Great.
Oh, thank you. Welcome in. Dan Connors, first time chat. What's up? It's my first time I talk in chat, but I usually watch the live streams. Nice. Can I ask how you made the base? Nice streams, BTW. Thank you. We appreciate that with all of our silliness.
The base is just our red earth texture. I put the red earth texture, so that's the color that you see. That's that red Martian earth kind of texture. It's just the red earth. That's what it comes. It's kind of our burnt sienna is the corresponding color in the line. And then I painted all of the stone bits and the skulls and everything black brown. So it was the red earth with these big black brown things coming out of them. Then I went back and I took dark orange brown, this color, and I dry brushed dark orange brown on everything. Right, so basically on the black brown and on the base red, and what that does is it pulls them together. It starts giving them a unified color, and then but this one started from a darker spot and doesn't have the red, so it makes the sandstone feel. But the only difference between the base and the stone is that it was black brown and this was red. And then I went over it all with a dry brush of warm flesh. Super quick way to like unify rock and rubble and stuff into your base. You use a different base coat on the dirt versus the stone, and then every other color goes on both of them. And if you use a high enough contrast color, like the red to the brown, then it gives you a really neat color when all of the they don't look like they were painted with the exact same colors because of that. But all the other colors, the highlight colors, are exactly the same. Ta-da. We're trying to get these done like super quick, so
they look good, Jason.
It's mostly dry brush and a couple hints of other stuff. I'm not going to finish them, but
Jason,
they'll look pretty good.
Not with that attitude.
Hey, I need you to focus.
You're right. You're so right, dude. Dang, that's why Jason's the GOAT, man. He just knows. He just knows, man. He just knows when you're like, yo, hey, I need you.
You know what I need you to do?
Focus.
You're right. I need
We're
you
back
to focus.
This does make me want to paint a unit of these. They're kind of cool.
They're neat models.
I like them.
I like them a lot.
I wouldn't normally do that, but I don't gravitate towards bugs, really. But this is cool.
But not your thing?
Bugs are not my thing.
Not your thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a very quick paint job, these will look good on the table.
Right? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Right now, right, main view, this further out view, I think it's going to look great.
It was really just to get, make sure I had some contrast on the webbing of the wings and the ribs of the body. There's a lot more I can do to them. But just to get a unit on the table and play with it, this works well.
What are you going to do to them next?
Satin black on the rims.
You're going to satin black the rims?
That's what you do. You paint black on the rim of the base. This is what real people do.
I see. Nibling, this string is telling me that we need to leave nuggets in our reviews for Chris to read. It's that or my surveys.
There's quite a few nuggets in our reviews. It's actually very fun. Sometimes we get some reviews that are like, what the... the big problem is that some people do some really cool reviews, but they leave like 1 star.
So that you read it?
They leave 1 star and then make it funny that the only reason I'm leaving a 1-star review is because, whatever, and they say something funny.
Yeah.
When it's a very positive review. But Google doesn't look at it that way.
No,
it turns out Google has 0 sense of humor, so we can't post a lot of those.
It's actually
it's detrimental to us.
I actually, here's a shout out that actually would really help us, chat. Right? If you haven't reviewed us on Google, which is something that is silly, drop us a review. You can do the same thing on Google. Not to sound too markety, but that's what Jason said. It's kind of funny because those are hilarious things that happen. But I'm like, oh.
Google will say, they will send
hilarious.
me, I get an email update from Google, and sometimes, it happens very rarely, but sometimes they'll be like, you're trending in negative comments or negative reviews. And I go say, what in the world are they talking about? And I go read what it is, and it's all great stuff. Good comedy. It's exactly what our community is. It's just that Google sucks.
Yeah.
Has no sense of humor.
It's so funny. Hey, thank you so much for that raid. Stellar Mass Jack, what up?
Welcome.
Raiders. We're painting up some Vespids before game night tonight, which has me excited.
We have nearly, I think, 10 people going.
We got some people coming.
We have gotten a group together in-house here where we are all building kill team armies. And my friend Blake, who was actually, he was an employee here for a minute in the very early days. he has agreed to kind of just teach us all, Kill Team.
Nice.
And we're going to go to Mox, and we're going to make an evening of it, have some food and some drinks at good old Mox boarding house.
It's going to be a fun time.
And then learn to play Kill Team. So I have done my part now.
I'm doing my part.
I've done my part.
I'm glad you've... No, never mind.
What?
I was going to say something, but I decided not to.
You were going to be nice?
I decided...
It makes you uncomfortable?
No. I think you doing these models today has proven your commitment. And we will put paint on the models. It's so satisfying when you put that satin black on a
Isn't it, though, when it cleans up that edge?
Yeah.
It gets rid of the overspray?
Just
my stealth drone?
Well, maybe you should paint that satin black. Right? Make the stealth drones satin black. Because he's stealthy. Right? You like that idea. I know you do.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Agrippa says, I certainly do my part. I'm sure Chris appreciates it. I'm sorry. You're banned and canceled, so...
banned and canceled?
Yeah, all of the above.
Wow.
Blocked. Stripped of privilege.
Agrippa, I got your back. Don't tell Chris, but we'll take care of this after hours. Once he's
right
not
here.
looking.
I'm right here in front of you.
Oh.
I heard what you were going to do.
Oh, no. No, you didn't.
Yes, I appreciate it, Agrippa. Thank you so much for keeping me accountable and honest.
What did he say? He said you don't wear enough flair.
Which actually, you're right, Agrippa. I'll give you one kudos. I don't wear enough swag. I'll start wearing more swag.
He's like, Chris doesn't rep the business even a tenth of as well as Jason
I rep
does.
the business. I rep all right. I get you to put paint on the model.
This is also true.
I do. I'm out field testing for you all. And I've been deep in the field testing of Noosh lately.
With your Titan?
Yep. Cannibal says, Mr. Sushi, you aren't even wearing a monument hat right now. I don't have one. Cannibal. I'll get one.
It's because when we gave him one, he was like, I don't wear hats.
I do wear hats. And I have it, but I've sweated it out. So it's a little gross. Because I used to wear it when I wasn't working here. I actually would wear it on the golf course when I was filming to rep Monument.
When he was teaching
False.
Tiger Woods how to golf.
No. That's literally why it's gross. Because I literally wore it outside during the summer. Those shoot days were tough.
I can't imagine how long you had to stand there in the heat dealing with, all the nuances.
Yes.
Because as you know, not everybody is as great as I am and nails it on the first take.
Nope. Take 15. Second line.
Second line out of how many?
Don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. PTSD?
15 pages.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, these were those instructional ones.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And also 100 ads.
I can't imagine.
No, we had some good people. I'll definitely give them shout out, but still nobody wanted to be out there.
Well, yeah, you're in Arizona heat.
Yeah, it was
there's no good day in the summer to be filming anything in Arizona heat.
No. But we did it. We got it done, and that's why I don't have a hat, because I sweated it out. I'll get some more. You're right. I do need to get some more swag. I also I'm very samey. I have like 10 of the same shirt.
That's all
I actually just asked Gabe if I can just get some of our stuff, and I'm just gonna slap it on all the shirts that I have. I'm gonna just buy a shirt and then just get the heat press and just put it on my body.
There you go.
I might just get it tattooed on my face.
Dude, the new mascot ones that they did where he's peeking out of the pocket, that's really good.
Yeah. We got some stuff coming to you guys. You go bowling.
I need some of those.
Did the hat physically cease to exist? Do you not own a clothes washer? Agrippa,
I wasn't going to say it out
respect.
loud, Agrippa, so I'm glad you did. But, hey, they make these things where you can put your hat in the dishwasher, actually. and just wash it.
All right, chat. I get it. I know. And technically,
It's all
Jason
about
wears a
commitment.
hat, but
It's
we
all
could
about
get
commitment.
Jason could get the shirt. You do wear the hoodie all the time in the winter, though.
In the winter, yeah.
Yeah. Chat, admittedly, I did look a long time and search high and wide to try to find Jason a dark purple Dickies shirt.
Yeah, they don't make them.
They don't. They
You get
technically
red and this weird like neon monster green is really horrible.
They technically do, but it's that's a different venture.
Oh, it was like a lady shirt?
No.
Like a
you
tank
have
top?
you have to custom have it produced.
Oh, they'll do anything.
Essentially,
for the right amount of money.
Hey, you want 500 of these? I don't know. Hey, Kyle, King Horse says rompers. We could do that. I would like Monument Hobbies overalls.
I would not wear overalls.
You would be an overalls guy, though.
No.
I could see you in those.
No. Coveralls. I wore coveralls as a welder.
Yeah, let's get you some Monument overalls. I'll wear those.
Coveralls.
No, I want you to wear overalls with coveralls.
I don't care what you want.
Jason.
I said it live in front of all of these people.
Wow.
All my friends who back me up on this. Although they would probably say, yeah, overalls.
Nibling says, I wrote this and I think it perfectly sums up Chris. Said, individual claims to be, in quotes, for the people, but the lack of action speaks louder than his words ever will. Wow, really going after my integrity there, Nibling.
I mean.
Oh my gosh. I am, I'm sorry, chat, that I'm doing too much talky and not enough painty.
If this is a Dogpile Chris stream, I'm so here for it. 404 integrity not found.
Workfest one day. Hey, that actually would be kind of cool. A Dungeon Tales shorter rolls.
Shorter rolls. Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
You know, that would be almost good enough for like a company photo shoot with all of us in denim shorter rolls.
Shorter rolls.
It'd have to be denim. Denim shorter rolls. Oh my god. Horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible and yet so good.
Monument jorts. Gabe would be in on that. Our whole team would wear Monument jorts. I wouldn't.
Feels like don't tip me with a good time.
I could
Phil,
see...
you keep trying to come to work in a dress.
You know what would be cool is if Jason wore overalls every once in a while.
No.
Like the Monument ones?
Why?
You look cool in them.
Horrible.
You can make them work. Yeah, dude. What are you talking about?
I will come in a straw hat with no shirt on. And overalls. That's what I will do.
Exactly
chewing on a sprig of wheat.
I think you could do it.
With banjo music in the background.
Ding, ling, ling, ding, doo, doo. The more you jest about it, the more likely it happens.
Tell a story about a man named Jed.
That's the point. That's the point, Philip.
And one day he was shooting us food. And out of the ground came bubbling crude. Oil, that is.
The paintbrush the side of a pitchfork.
Yeah. We have that.
We do. That's a real paintbrush. The DA 50,000. See, I told you guys he's been working on this kind of
Did I
stuff.
just grab a wet base? Somebody got black on.
Jason, you need to be more serious, dude.
Huh?
You need to be more serious.
More educational.
This is a painting business stream.
Business painting stream.
That's right. Chasing the tip with a DA 50,000. That's right, Cannibal. Jantastic said, I would actually like to see that, I think.
What, me in overalls? You are not helping, honey. You are not helping, honey.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jen and Truth.
Jen and the truth, he says. Nobody brings the truth like Jen.
That's right. Bing, 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 bing.
Thanks
bing.
for joining us, honey. You really helped
bing,
my
bing,
situation.
Bing, 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 bing. I thought this was a Chris constructive criticism stream. That happens every day, Agrippa. I take what you say to heart, and I take it seriously. What are you doing now, Jason?
Painting. What does it look like?
Jason, what color is this?
You guess.
Slate gray.
Nope.
Is it a cool gray?
Nope.
Bright, warm gray?
Nope.
Neutral gray? Oh,
Nope.
what color is this? Bright, warm gray?
Nope.
Bright, neutral gray?
Yes.
Bright, neutral gray. We got there.
Yeah.
If Jason wears overalls, what does Chris wear to make up for it? Full glam makeup, says Cannibal. And a shaved mustache. Hey.
Ooh.
I'll shave my mustache.
I'm very afraid of that. I
What?
have to admit.
I come in here every once in a while shaved.
Yeah, and it's alarming.
What?
I'm
Alarming?
that's not meant to be like a statement about your beauty or anything. It's that
I
like
transform.
people that I need to make sure have facial hair are should not be allowed to change that.
I see.
You, Kyle, Gabe, right? There's no shaving
I see.
at Monument. That's not allowed.
Why is that? Why is that a thing?
It's too alarming.
Too alarming.
It's alarming. Like
I
when
might shave
Kyle
this-
shaved,
Maybe I'll shave this weekend, chat.
Kyle shaved to go to that wedding of his, and just left his police stash.
He is the safety officer of Monument Hobbies.
It was very alarming.
It was very Officer Buckle meets Judd Durst.
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst. Did I say Judd Durst?
Yes.
No, it's Judd
His
Durst.
country bumpkin brother.
It's Mr. Judd Durst. Please don't shave. I probably won't. It takes typically a mistake for me to shave off my mustache.
When you say a mistake, like a shaving mistake,
Yeah, like
don't
if I
those
cut
suck?
if I cut it too short.
Don't those suck? Like
Yes.
you've got the,
Otherwise
the
you
setting set for something short, like you're trimming the hairs on your cheek or something, and then you just go into and you're like,
You clip it. Oh, I've been there because you have to do it.
oh my god, please no.
I don't think I've ever seen Jason with a clean shaven face.
Please no. You'll never see me with a clean shaven face. I don't even remember what I look like.
A landing strip on his mustache and beard. Little Billy, I'll shave for you guys. Why not? I'll freak you
I
out.
don't know if Jen's ever seen me without a beard. 10 years. Is that fair, babe? I don't think you ever have. I've shaved it pretty thin before, but I've always got like, more than a 5 o'clock shadow.
You do? I can see that. Just finished my Skaven Spearhead, says Dungeon Tales.
Nice.
Dark Jade non-metallic metal on the Storm Fiends. That's actually probably really cool. Really stoked on your paints on stream.
Nice, thank you.
Now if I only can find my black, do the base rims. LOL. Hey,
Whoa, whoa,
if
whoa,
you haven't-
whoa.
if you haven't tried our satin black for your base rims, let me enlighten you. It's amazing. Flapjack says, sorry, just got here. Weird looking Saturnine today. Yeah, that's what I said, Flapjack.
That's not what he said.
I said,
Yesterday he said,
Mr.
oh, you're
Jason."
not going to be done with your kill team?
no, I didn't say it that way. It's false.
You're just going to let the world down? Monument said we were coming with painted armies, even though
Jason.
90% of us haven't even barely put the models together.
Jason,
Chris is the only one with a fully painted army, and that's why he's doing this to all of us.
Jason, I said that we strive to be excellent.
We do strive to be excellent.
And a wise man once told me to put paint on the model, and I
Yep.
did.
You are
So,
correct in that, and it had an effect on me, Christopher. You gave me the
This
push
is-
I needed
I'm putting the mirror up,
to
chat.
at least
That's it.
have enough done on my models that I didn't feel like I had slacked. I got the bases done, right?
Monument Gentastic says, I think you shaved it once, but maybe it was just really short.
Yeah, I don't think I've shaved it all the way off.
What would it take?
What would it take?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Flapjack, Chris is always shaming people. Flapjack, never. No.
Only Monday through Sunday.
Do you anticipate some of the out-of-stock brushes on the web store being back in stock soon? ?
Within the next month, probably.
Pretty soon, right?
Unfortunately, with the way our brush production is we're generally out for about a month on the best-selling brushes. And it sounds weird to say that. You're like, well, why don't you just make more if you know you always sell it? The problem is we always double production. I can't even tell you another way. We double our production numbers every single time, and we still never have enough. It's just one of those things. We just can't get it right.
Obi Painting says, I've been painting for 12 hours today, finally in bed.
Wow.
12? Man, that sounds like
a lot, man.
That sounds like a great day. Just vibing out.
There's some envy and some holy hell.
Yeah. That's definitely, there's several walks in between. That's awesome, though. What a fun, relaxing paint day, I'm sure. Sounds like Chris should be hand-making brushes while on stream for the people. I'd do that for you. But I have to be here to entertain you, in quotes. It is our fault for having great brushes, Dark Mockery. That is true.
Yeah, we have been, for the last year, trying to get production up in the States, and that's happening. Like today, actually, they're over there getting the primer done correctly for the handle dipping. So there'll be a time here pretty soon where we'll be able to say you can buy the made in the US version of our brushes, which is going to be awesome. I'm super stoked for it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
There's nobody else that can say that.
Right. Cyberspy says, can you all explain the difference between layering and base painting? I feel like they're the same thing. Layering and base painting.
Well, okay, so base painting means putting a base coat on in a traditional sense. You may recognize it as having more to it, but in the perfect sense, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
When you're base painting, you're just putting your base coat on. And so you're just layering up your one color. It's still technically, I guess, layering because you might put on one and then put on another coat. So that's a form of layering, but single color layering, if that makes sense. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're layering one color, right, that's base painting. And then after you've got your base color on, then you need to start looking at how you get colors to lay over one another, because you've got your base coat, which, if you know, in the case of a lot of what I do, you get like a purple, and like on that bat wing that we did, you know, you go up from the purple to like a red. And so layering is how you get your colors to look like they blend, okay, without blending. In the kind of 50,000 foot, that's what I would call layering. You're putting one color over the next in such a way that by the time you get to your last color, it creates a gradient from your first to last step. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so base painting is just getting a color for coverage. You just have one color sitting by itself. You get as many coats as you need to get complete opacity, get to the color you like, boom, you're done. Then you can put a wash on it to create a gradient. You can dry brush over it for highlights, whatever you want to do. But as soon as you want to move your painting to where you now have blending, so like the wings here, where I've gone from like the dark orange brown, and then I've gone up through the other colors that I've done here to get more of a blended look. But that's just layers. That's just a dark color followed by a mid-tone color followed by a bright color. Right, and how you do that is layering. So it's one layer of color followed by a separate color layered after it, and then another color. And how many coats you put on each time is up to the technique that you're trying to use. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and those wings came out great.
They're being quick, yeah. They're not mad at them. It was just, I just needed contrast, right? I just wanted, because when you look at these models on the table, it's all wings from up at the 3 foot level. So,
that's a good point.
You know, so a little bit of contrast on the plates of the skin, and then I wanted the wings to be a bright contrast, and I needed some dark to, even though that wouldn't necessarily shadow that way, it's more think of the color of the webbing of the wing.
Yeah. Huh.
Again, I'm always just trying to make sure that when I put it down on the table, there's some contrast where I want to see it. But yeah, that's the big difference. when we talk about base painting and layering. Chris has to use the potty. Makes sense. If I'm blending, how would I know how much to add to get that blend just right? It's all visual, right? So that's one of the toughest things with any visual art form is it's up to you to some extent, right? What do you want the final color to look like? You blend until you get that look. It's that easy. I say that easy. It's not necessarily easy, but you get the drift. That's the process. You know, if you're trying to go from a dark color to a very bright color, sometimes it's really hard to know, like, when do you start to transition to the brighter version of the color. And that's really just trust your eyes. Sometimes you have to wait until you get quite a bit of the paint to cure, because when paint goes on, it's typically more vibrant than when it dries. So there's a lot of nuances in painting from wet to dry. But typically, it's just, what do you want it to look like? Like on these guns, you know, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you know, I want them to be kind of a dull gray, not white, but with a bright highlight to them, which is what I'm doing now with the bright neutral gray, right? And so I just keep adding bright color until I'm happy with the way the brightness sits on that dull gray base that I've created. And by doing this brightness now and making the jump, it makes them look a little bit more like shiny metal. Not shiny, but it makes them look like hard surface. They could be made out of ceramic or plastic or whatever, but I want to give it a little bit of shine.
I'm back.
Hello, back. I'm Jason.
Hello, Jason HDBBBB. D Craze.
I hope that helps. It's tough, right? Because there is no like silver bullet answer for creating art. It is a lot of what do you as the creator want it to look like, and then just keep working it back and forth until you get there. You know, like whenever I'm painting, like this is the guy that we've been painting and spending more focused time on. And so as I'm painting, like with all the metal, I'm really not going in with a plan of knowing exactly what I'm going to do to get there. Sometimes I do with color. Sometimes, you know, with non-metallic gold, I've got a few ways that I like to do it that are very repetitive. And so I go in and I start with my greens and my warm yellows like I did here, and then work it up. Like with the bronze, I didn't even know what we were doing, right? I was just like, I kind of want it to be bronze. And so I just started picking colors. And so when you're doing that, you're literally just working the colors one over another until you're happy with them. And realizing that if I do a dark starting color, which I always do, I paint from dark to light 99% of the time. And so when I start with a color like the dark golden brown on here, on the bronze, and then I add the dark orange brown, and then the orange brown, and then I think it a khaki, right? And so as I'm doing that, it's not something that is in my head as, oh yeah, this looks great. I'm like, oh, let's see how it looks. So each color that I put on, each layer that I do, I'm looking at it and judging, is that enough of the previous color that I'm leaving? Is it enough of the color I'm painting on? I'll you know, while we're talking here, I'll look back and I'll be like, okay, that's too much of the dark color left. I need to spread the brighter color over it a little bit more. So I'll get another coat and I'll you know, maybe bring the brighter color over further into my shadow. Okay. And then you'll look at it and be like, okay, great. And that's the part that you're talking about. And then you have to be thinking ahead a few steps to see, am I leaving enough space for the next color I want to put on there? Because we're constantly painting ourselves into a corner. When you go from light to dark or dark to light, you're always painting towards the end step. And at that end step, you want to have enough space to put the final color to have the final color make sense. You don't want to leave you so little space that when you put the final color on, it covers up all of a previous color, because then that previous step wasn't worth doing it, right? And so you're always making that balancing decision in your head as you paint. Put a color down, your base coat, Then your next coat, like we say in the video, I usually cover about 75, 80% of my base coat with a color, sometimes 100%, depending on how thin and what the color is. And then I leave about 25% of the original color showing. Then I take a look at it. Is that too much, too little? And then I'll cover more, right? Or I'll draw my next step back a little bit to leave more darkness. And then you're always doing that teeter-totter of what you're leaving until you get to the last color. And you put the last color on and boom, you're done. That's it. And I know that may not make sense in practicality, like, okay, but I don't know how to do that, right? So you may have to I know you'll have to just start painting. Just start working your layers. You know better than I do and better than anybody else when it looks the way you want it.
That's a good point. You talk about like when you know a model is finished. Same kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, this question was how do you know how to get to your blend? When your blend is done and looks the way you want it. And it really is as simple as, when you're
how
happy
blended
with
do
it.
you want it?
When it gets that color that you want. Usually what happens and what makes you not like your blend is that you have too much or too little contrast in your blend. Okay? And by that I mean that you've got, too much brightness sitting next to too much darkness and it looks kind of funky. Or the reverse, where you don't have enough brightness differing from your darkness, and so you don't have much of a transition, nothing sticks out, and it looks kind of flat.
Yeah.
Right? You can see how here my blend goes from kind of a dark gray to a very bright, punchy edge very quickly, right? Mm-hmm. Which gives it that feeling of hard surface material, like a shiny plastic or something like that. Which is typically what I'm doing when I'm painting guns and armor and things like that.
Jason, you do some hobbying this weekend?
Probably yes. I need to be getting my
guys
put together and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll probably be up here at the office doing a lot of stuff.
I like your. I can't wait to see your Blood Angels army come to life.
It's going to be pretty intense when it's all put together, and it is. As much as I say I hate army painting,
sure, this one's going to be.
When you have an army done.
Yeah, dude.
To a point where you're happy with it, there is almost no better feeling as a hobbyist.
That's how I feel about my my Soul Blight with that Nagash model.
Yeah,
I've played it several times, but it doesn't even matter, right? It just looks cool.
Yeah, like I said, and I'm not joking. I'm more concerned with how the army looks in the case than I am about any part of it 100%. on the table.
100%
these days. That wasn't always the case. There have been times where I've been, like, win at all costs, meta, let's get it done. I want the most powerful kick in the nuts army there is. And I focus so much on list building that sometimes painting falls to the wayside on that. And that's the part that I don't like. I don't like when the hobby becomes secondary. See, that's why you don't find me thinking that way much. I still want to have armies that are able to win, which I don't know that my Blood Angels have a chance of winning, but it'll be a fun-looking army. It's going to be very imposing because of the way I'm doing the red and the gold, the contrast it's going to have. I've decided that we'll get to benefit a little bit on some of my crazy decisions. I'm getting a Thunderhawk.
You were telling me that. The big one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to get a Thunderhawk.
Dude, you can fight the Titan then.
A Blood Angels 30K Thunderhawk for my force because it's one of the ways that I can deliver on the table a bunch of Assault Marines.
Nice.
And have them be able to charge the turn they hit the table because they can disembark from the flyer that moves ridiculous amount of space.
I like it. Ryan says, just primed a test model for my Black Templars with the stuff you were talking about. Picked up the Pro Gray primer for the shoulders. Holy moly, the nozzle on that thing. Ordering a can of the black if I can find anywhere. That's nuts. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Awesome.
Is it a giant resin Thunderhawk?
Yeah.
Oh, those are pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah, they're big. Like 18 inches long.
Can it fight a Titan?
No. I mean, it has a turbo laser destructor on it, so it could cause some damage to it, but you'd knock it out of the sky immediately. No, I'm not building anything to be able to play against your Titan. That's still not a thing.
Jason committed to me in promise in writing that he'd actually play the Titan once off stream.
X is in chat because we know Chris is lying.
Do it, I dare you.
Do it, I dare you. Do it, I dare you.
Flapjack says Thunderhawk on stream. Actually,
yes,
we could do that because you know what you've been asking? is how to paint a big model.
Has chat been asking it?
That's one of a while ago, you and I were talking about it. That was a subject that had come up quite a bit. It was like, how do you approach painting big models?
Oh yeah, that's a huge model.
Not necessarily painting the whole thing. Just where do you start? How do you plan for it? You want to know what's interesting? Because I'm going through that experience right now of like, okay, I have this massive thing, right?
We've got all sorts of them because for all this 30K stuff around here, we've got a storm hammer, super heavy tank. That's in the office that I need to build. We've got all sorts of stuff that we could do that would show you how to do. Now we've painted, the small dust 1947 tank, but painting like a big thing would be really rad. So yeah, I'm all for it.
A lot of X's.
It's because they know you're lying.
Jesus is in the chat.
Hello.
Jesus says I'm lying. Uh-oh. That's not good.
It sucks to be found out, Chris.
Jesus is in the chat, everybody.
It sucks to be found out.
Or Jesus.
Jesus knows that I would not sign anything that said I'm fighting your warlord titan with my blood angels. That's what he is. He's smart like that.
Would you like me to prove it to the chat right now?
Yeah. Okay, so chat, you may not know my handwriting, but whatever he's about to write and show you on camera is a lie.
I'm shuffling through all of my legal documents.
Which he doesn't have.
Sorry. I don't seem to have them in this file. But we'll find those.
Oh, you'll find those. Yeah. You will. Never. Liar.
Yes, you put it on stream and then we can write it off on your taxes. That's right.
Oh, none of my models are paid for by myself. These are all company projects.
Oh, R&D.
Marketing. It's one of the best parts about owning a paint company.
It's actually true.
My toys are free.
Agrippa says large models need to be carefully planned out. It's a project, not just a mini to paint. Plan your sub-assemblies. Have your paint scheme already sketched out, either on paper or on the computer, and don't be afraid to mix things up if something isn't working.
Oh, you
Thanks,
sweet
Agrippa.
summer child.
Thank you, Agrippa.
You sweet summer child, Agrippa. I'm going to show you.
Agrippa, thanks, man. You're the best.
I'm going to show you, Agrippa. None of that's necessary.
None of that's necessary.
Planning?
Agrippa,
What the?
Agrippa, thank you. That's so cool. Nice.
Agrippa, I apologize.
That's on you.
I apologize that Chris is treating you this way after you left that amazing review.
Wow. False.
That was your outside voice.
It was. I'm sorry.
We need Morgan Freeman's voice to come up with one. He was, in fact, not sorry.
He was, in fact, not sorry. Chris, why are you talking like that? I don't know, Flapjack, because I'm mad at Agrippa. That's why. Woohoo! I'm Agrippa. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Agrippa, I feel your pain.
I love the people that read that survey, or I'm sorry, not survey, that review are now confused.
About what?
Because they'll see the product review and then they'll have zero idea who I am. But I guess that's one way to get into the stream.
That was one of the funniest things that I thought of when I was reading the review.
That's
most people that are looking at the product review are going to be like, what is this person on? What is going on here? Who is Jason? Who is Chris?
Agrippa, clipped by Agrippa. I don't know what that is. Thank you, the blessed salad clip. Hey, speaking of surveys, you guys want my survey? I got one for you.
Oh, have you not heard of Chris's amazing survey?
Part 1.
Part 1?
Yes.
There's more?
I split it. This is part 1 of the survey.
Chris, you psyched?
Me for what?
Tonight.
Tonight? Less.
Less, why?
I'm kidding.
Because now you have to play my bugs?
Oh, I'm not playing you, Jason.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't play you.
Okay, great. Thanks.
That's not good for our relationship.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm actually no, I'm very excited. Actually, I like playing games and hanging out with friends. When the game is something new, it's even better. Depending on if I'm into the game and the models,
Which you are.
which I am. But like I said, it takes a lot for me nowadays to learn a new rule set.
It does. It is hard because of the amount of brain space it takes up.
Yes,
I
so
feel you on that.
I'm excited though because it's near people, and all obviously I wanted an excuse for the rattlings anyway. So it worked out.
Yeah,
So
it'll
yeah,
be a
it'll
good-
be,
so
it'll be fun.
That's what I've been saying all along. Is that no matter what, we get to go out and eat food and hang out and throw dice with people from the company. So it's a great time.
Yeah, that's
We don't do this enough.
Sugar Rush. I hate that the one thing Chris actually did was give us homework. You didn't have to take the survey, Sugar Rush. I have all of your names all written down. Just beautiful. Yes, there'll be more. There's going to be several parts, different chapters of the survey. So, different saga pieces to that puzzle.
This survey Marillion.
The server Marillion.
I like this. That is so Chris.
That's right. The next, I hope you all really took into consideration my music album recommendation. That was a whole part of it.
Did anybody
I hope they did.
listen to the music that was recommended?
You should have. If you didn't, it's not a requirement. It just elevates the experience.
I want to know. Did anybody go?
Dusty Hobby says, I did. I enjoyed it. What was the recommendation? Flapjack, did you not read the intro part? Sweet Moses. Flapjack, I expect better from you.
Let
Nibling said, I did not. Nibling,
down.
that's the whole purpose.
Let down.
I don't take surveys to read. Nibling, you got to take the survey.
Let down.
Let me see if you did. I can prove it if you did, Nibling.
You don't know how much Chris's soul that he doesn't have is crumbling right now.
You have to. I have no heart. I'm dead. I don't know. I hope you did. Real DiCaprio, I love Max Richard. Yes. So fun. So good. That album is actually amazing.
That's about the fastest, cheap, non-metallic metal I can teach you right there. On a cylinder.
Dollar store non-metallic metal.
This is wish.com non-metallic metal, folks. You just want to put some bright contrast over the top.
Sugar Rush. I saw that I had to read and closed it. That's what a survey is, Sugar Rush. Flapjack, Chris, do not read this. I didn't. Oh, you didn't do the survey? Flapjack. I figured you'd be the first to do it. Agrippa, it's in the Discord. Gotta go on to the Discord main chat.
One more gun.
You're crushing it, man. You got 6 minutes.
I'm done after this guy. Well, I mean for tonight.
I'm sorry, Flapjack. How dare you?
How dare he?
Flapjack said, I said not to read it, Chris. No, I read it. Max Richard is a composer. Pipus. Amazing composer.
Of what?
Musical things.
Oh, wow. How did I know?
Oh, wow. Cannibal says, I looked at the survey and it broke my heart because I write surveys as a part of my job and it was too many jokes. I wanted to seriously and genuinely provide feedback and felt I couldn't. So no, I didn't. Cannibal, there's real stuff in there. Every single one of those was real, Cannibal. Every single one. None of those were jokes. All came straight from my heart. Literally. And in quotes, there were some real questions. There was. So I challenge you to take it in a good, positive way. You'll find more than just a survey in there. You'll find a piece of my heart, piece of my soul.
That's scary.
That's right. Artistic Outlaw, what drew you to the Vespids as a team to play in Kill Team? I ask because their rules are steep and can feel unfun if you're not a strategic player. I would say Jason's
I
also...
like bugs.
I was just about to say. A Panic Bomb, we are jokes to Chris. False. That is not true at all. I can't even let you joke like that in this chat.
Yeah, the judging by the rules, I don't think I'm gonna like this army much.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I didn't buy them because I
You're
looked at it.
strategic.
I looked at it, and then I looked at everybody else's, and I was like, the only thing that plays the way I like to play games is Space Marines, and that's boring as hell. So we're doing Vespids. That was my whole thought process right there. Honest to God, that was it. I was like, the only thing that plays like I like to play games in the entirety of Kill Team is Space Marines, a big elite squad of dudes that just punch face.
yeah.
Hold objectives and win. And I was like, well, I don't want to paint any more Space Marines for this. I'm about to paint 80 million Blood Angels. So, ta-da, Vespids.
Okay.
So there you go. Here, ta-da, Vespids.
Nice job. Army on parade.
Vespids. We're not going to win any awards with these, but we're going to go and we're going to have fun. And
I think
hopefully their food's gotten better. And a stealth drone.
I think you should have painted it satin
I
black.
think I don't care what you think.
Jason. Dang. You hear that, chat?
Oh, they heard it. They knew it was coming.
It is cool. These look good on the table.
Just some contrast, right? The whole goal with these was to show you how if you throw some contrast
Yeah.
on the models, you can do them very fast.
Heck yeah.
And still get a good 3-foot test. And the thing is I haven't, while we've cut some corners by not doing some steps, nothing that we haven't done couldn't be done later. So I can go back in and continue to build these up, do more with them, get them to look even better. There's lots of stuff that we can still do. So I'll bring my raid. See what I did there? Yes.
Will's joining us tonight too.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Jason's a cool guy. All right? That's it. That's all I got to say about him. Artistic Outlaw
He
says,
wants something, chat.
Kill Team is my main game and Space Marines are my least favorite to play. I really like the Human and Xeno factions the best. Okay. I'm excited. Should be fun.
I looked at all the armies, and for me, it was all about models. It was either going to be the Kroot or the Vespids.
Yeah.
I had the Kroot team.
You did have the crew team.
I had the Kroot team already because I bought a lot of those models to do some conversions
Yeah.
for the dudes that are on the mounts. But when I found out you can't have the dudes on the mounts, then I didn't do Kroot because I would have had to put the models together like they're supposed to be, and I didn't.
Right.
That didn't make sense. So I got it mixed up with Necromunda, where you can have like mounts and big things.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, well, Vespids are the next best thing as far as what jumped out at me for wanting to paint. You know,
Yep.
There just wasn't anything else. I kind of like the orcs that we had in the 2-player starter set. I've got the Death Corps and the orcs, but I knew we had some people here who didn't have armies who wanted to partake, and that was the easiest way to get them into it, was to let them build that set. So they did.
Yep.
Gabe built the orcs, and Tim built the Death Corps. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was just like, what are the next best models that I really want to paint? And this is it. Ta-da! So there you go.
Jason, take us out.
The Kroot Hounds. Yeah, the Kroot Hounds are good, but it's the Kroot. I call them Krootox, the Krootox Riders. I don't remember what they're called now, but those are some really neat models. The triplet, there's like 3 cavalry. Those are really great models. So thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. It is that time to end. We've got to all go sit around and wait until we carpool to play some Kill Team tonight. So it is Monument Hobbies team night. Throwing dice. Those are the Crew Talks riders, something like that. They have like another name, but whatever. I love them. They're great models. And the hounds are the dogs. But thanks for hanging out with us. As always, make sure to check the links Chris puts in chat, monumenthobbies.com and monumenthobbies.eu now for the Monument Hobbies store nearest you, where you can buy product directly from us, and then the FLGS link to find local retailers and distributors in your neck of the woods. We distribute worldwide. Please support your local stores. They do things like allow you to come play Kill Team.
That's right.
Right?
100%.
It's funny that we would never do this if we did it here, which is strange because we have gaming tables and everything here.
We would.
But this has been a catalyst of going out and doing it elsewhere, which is cool.
That's true.
So, yeah. And then make sure to check out the Discord. Join us over there. We have closing in on 6,000 amazing artists just like you guys and gals that are there for inspiration, bad jokes, changing recipes, telling you what airbrush to buy. Tons and tons of great stuff over on the Discord. Join the community. Make some friends. We'd love to see you. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember, we stream Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona from Monument HQ, which is where we are right now. We'd love to see you back here. Mark it on your calendar. Don't be late. We'll be back next Monday. I'll be starting back in with some Space Marines, probably looking to batch paint. What we've been talking about is the ability to show you how I will attack. This is the Vespids are a very quick army. This is dry brush. This is down and dirty washes and quick layering and lots of texture. Not a lot of time to put how many dudes this is. 11, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 dudes on the table. Well, 10 technically. That is not. I forgot this guy. But anyway. So, a quick way to get, a squad on the table and be done. With the, with the Blood Angels, we're painting to a much higher level,
Right.
even though still kind of tabletop, but we're painting at a much higher level, and we want to do a whole army. And this army's got 60 plus models in it. It's a ton of infantry. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is focus in on 10 or 20. I'm probably going to do maybe 2 squads of Assault Marines, as long as you guys don't, fall asleep drooling watching me do it. But I'll show you how I attack doing higher end painting on a larger amount of models so that we can think about it through like, okay, what pushes you to the end when you're staring at so much gray plastic? How can you find that is, while it's daunting, how can you make progress? Where is my mind at? What shows me progress as I work through big batches of troops and stuff like that, so I don't just get completely put out, right? So we'll talk about that next week. So that'll be good. It'll be good. Oh, I'll be drooling. All right. Well, for other reasons, Northrex. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Stick around for the raid. Chris is going to find us somebody to go watch some hobby for the rest of the evening. Have a great time there. Show some love in the chat you wind up in, and we will catch you back here on Monday. Adios.
Take it easy.